Ikebukuro at night on Valentine's Day, a bustle with merriment and permeated by romance and intimacy. Hey, you're a little bit early, aren't you? Don't be ridiculous. The sun hasn't quite set yet, so it's still much too bright out for me to do something like that. Yeah, look what you made me say. Forget I said anything at all. I meant nothing by it. Anyway, let's get a move on. It's too cold to just be standing around. Come on. I took the liberty of scouting out places we can go beforehand, so just leave everything to me. I'll show you a good time. What am I, your parent? If that's how you want it, though, I won't complain. Honestly, you can be so needy sometimes. What? What do you mean we don't have a reservation? Seth had said he was going to take you to a popular restaurant, but due to a clerical error during the booking, his reservation was never recorded and the restaurant turns you away. I can't believe they wrote it on next month's calendar instead of this month's. That's just inexcusable. That's true. I shouldn't get so upset. I'm with you after all, and that's what counts. So, if Plan A is a bust, I guess it's time for Plan B. In case something went wrong, I thought ahead and prepared... Nothing? There's nothing there. Where is it? What happened to it? I definitely made sure I had it. I know I did. After a very deep and profoundly frustrated head-in-hands moment, Seth slowly raises his head, a look of pure embarrassment plastered across his canine countenance. The chocolates I was planning on giving you, I seem to have lost them. The question is where? I'm certain I had them when I got to Ikebukuro at least. This is very ungodlike of me. I'm supposed to always be cool and collected, not caught without chocolates on Valentine's Day. If I can't break free from this losing streak, then I'll always be... You're right. What am I even crying about? This is just a little setback. I've dealt with worse before. All that matters now is how I handle the situation. And you know what? I think maybe I might have left them behind back there. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Are you willing to stick with me a little longer so I can make it up to you? Thanks. Seth guides you through a veritable dreamscape, reflecting all the best parts of Tokyo, speckled with candlelight from every window. It looks, for all the world, like a romance movie set. This was actually one of the places I scoped out before you got here. I was planning on bringing you here after we ate, but obviously those plans completely fell through on several different levels. But since I did come here earlier, I thought maybe... Yeah, what do you know? There they are. I must have set them down when I sat here to think and then forgotten them when I left. Doesn't seem like anyone's touched them, and I don't see any dirt or anything. He pulls a beautiful box of chocolates from the bag he found and begins inspecting it carefully as if to grade it. Eventually, he concludes his evaluation, seemingly satisfied. Perfect! Looks just like it did when I wrapped it up. I'm convinced no one has tampered with it. I was just... For a moment, Seth glances at you with fire in his eyes, only to awkwardly avert his gaze a second later. There's someone who's been on my mind this whole time, and I can't stop thinking about them. I keep thinking to myself, what would things be like if I were to stay with them forever? How would my day-to-day go? I know it's out of character for me to think like that, but, I mean, look around. This is the kind of place where people make those kind of forever vows, you know? I can't help it. Seth once again averts his gaze from you. This time, however, he takes a deep breath, seemingly steeling himself for a difficult task to come. He then turns back to you. At any rate, I really want to thank you, and not just for joining me here today. I always talk about how I'm the mighty Seth and all that, but I really don't know how to live up to my own image, yet you always stand by me. I'm not as strong or as godlike as I let on, not as much as I want to be, but I often pretend like I am, kinda like I did today. I've come to realize though that that weak, vulnerable part of me is in fact a part of me. It's a part of the new me. You're the one who helped me realize that, and I just don't know how I can possibly thank you, but I tried my best to find a way. So yeah, I'd like you to have these if you're willing to accept them. Handmade chocolates, the great Seth's private reserve, crafted with care just for you. Upon saying this, Seth sheepishly holds out to you the tightly wrapped bundle he'd been so desperate to find. You take the chocolates from Seth, openly accepting his feelings and insinuating that you feel much the same. With that declaration out of the way, you unwrap the package and open the box to see a modest assortment of absolutely delectable looking, perfectly formed chocolate bonbons. I tried to balance them so they're a little bitter on the outside, but the sweet insides more than make up for that. You simply can't wait to try them, so you pick up a single bonbon and, right before Seth's eyes, pop it into your mouth whole. As you do so, you find yourself staring deeply into his eyes and notice that he's staring right back. Before you even realize it, you find yourself leaning in closer to him and he follows suit. Slowly, gingerly, your lips draw closer and closer together until at last, they meet. As you kiss, you become acutely aware of the faint heat from the many candles placed around Ikebukuro. The warmth they provide serves as a suitable complement to the warmth of Seth's lips. Well, what do you think? Would you say my bitter and sweet approach works? Does it remind you of me, maybe? Huh? What do you mean? That's a cheesy line and I need to learn to read the room a little better. I just wanted to say something, but I had no idea what. I've never felt like this before. You go in for a second kiss, and this one, you notice, tastes just the slightest bit sweeter. Then suddenly... Oh, for the love of a phone call? Why did it have to be now? You gesture for him to answer and he gestures back a quick thank you while scrunching his neck a little in embarrassment, then taps the phone screen to take the call. He takes only a few steps away and has a brief conversation with the caller before his face lights up and he turns back to you with a huge smile on his face. Hey! It's the restaurant we tried to go to. They had a cancellation and are asking if we're still interested in eating there. We'll have to retrace our steps, so there'll be some walking involved, but what do you think? You in? Given how enthusiastically he's smiling at you, it's hard to say no. You smile back and take his hand into yours once more. Guess we'll have to pick up where we left off a little later. Something to look forward to. Besides, I'm a badass. Making people wait with anticipation is what all true badasses do, right? You and Seth run off together, hand in hand, into the throngs of people and reflected candlelight. You're both much lighter on your feet now than when you came, and you can't help thinking about the future and all the good times yet to come. It's been an absolutely perfect night. Thank you for watching. Why don't you let me know what you think of the video in the comments below while I get to our Patreon shoutouts. For our 3 stars, we have special thanks to 87 Werehog, Deku, Zora, Chao, Choron, Garan, Lefay, Dragon King Yara, Unknown RC, and Kayun. For 4 stars, we have Miki Moon, the Twilight Princess. And for our Super D-Tuber special 5-star shoutouts, we have... First, Vanilla Flower, the Breath of the Wild. Then, Poor Mage, the Minish Cap. Next, Sky King 64, the Wind Waker. And finally, Mahagasaur, the Tears of the Kingdom. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, this is Rose Fury signing out.